Hello everyone, Ed from Canva here, welcoming you back to the Canva tutorial. This week we have a bit of an unconventional but very useful tutorial. It's all about how you can properly and effectively ask for design help or feedback. If you're a Canva designer who has wanted to get a second set of eyes on their designs, frequents our online communities and or shares their designs for feedback and pointers, then this one is for you. Let's dive straight in.
Here we are with the example design we've created and are seeking feedback for. It's a social media design intended for a newly opened pet grooming business called Ed's Pet Cuts and Cleans. While we feel like it's a great design, there's a lingering feeling that we could do better somehow, and that maybe there are some important design principles we haven't factored in due to our skill level. Taking it to the people for their feedback could be a great way to get a whole manner of new perspectives and avenues to pursue some improvements. Before we make this design public with a post and leave any responses we may have at the mercy of how viewers may interpret the post, it's important for us to identify what kind of review or insights we want from potential respondents. We've narrowed down a few key points we'd love to receive feedback on this next page here, and here they are. Number 1, what do you think of the colors and fonts used? Number 2, how do I add shadows to photos in my design? And number 3, overall, how is it looking in terms of alignment and visual hierarchy? Is there anything you'd change? Now, 2 of these points are subjective, 1 and 3, meaning we are looking for responses that are based on opinion, interpretation, and personal preference. Point number 2 is objective, meaning it is a clear-cut question and is not influenced by personal feelings or opinions in considering and representing facts. We can perform some prior research or digging for the answer to question 2, and take question 1 and 3 to the people. So to perform this research, we're going to head to our community and begin with a search. So we're going to do that by heading to the Design Circle on Facebook, and we're going to click the search option over here. And to begin with, we're going to search for add shadows. If unlucky, we'll use alternate phrases like using shadows or shadow effect. Let's start here with add shadows. So searching through these results, we can see that this post here by Kath Lerios might have the facts that we're after. Shadows and frames. It's easy to add drop shadows to an image. It's available for the free version, and here are the instructions of how to do it. So you can see it when you go to effects in the effects tab. So we can look into that and find a way to add shadows to our design. Just going to go to the home page of the Design Circle and head back to our design. Now, while questions 1 and 3 are subjective, we can also do a bit of research by heading to the Give Me Feedback post topic in the Design Circle, which is over here. From here, we can search through similar posts and keep an eye out for feedback given which might apply to our design. So, as you can see, there are people here asking for opinions and feedback. We can search through, find stuff that catches our fancy or applies to our design. Overall, there's an abundance of these posts. So if you sift through here, you'll find some opinions and feedback and insights which might be useful to you. Most online communities have tags, boards, or topics which organize posts and threads, so it's in your best interest to use them to your advantage. For questions which are a bit more technical or troubleshooting in nature, Canva Help Center might be your best bet, which can be found here at canva.com/help. From here you can search by different topics, and even search by top articles and top queries. You can also report an issue if you need help fast, or head to the design school to receive tips and inspiration about designing. So now we're back on the Design Circle. Say for instance our research didn't provide the insights we were after. We're now going to create a post and take our design to the masses. First, we need to decide on what kind of post this will be. Will it be an ordinary post, as it is now? Or we will make it a Q&A, a check-in, a poll, an event, a doc, a question, or a recommendation. For this kind of post, I think a regular post will do. When you ask a question, it's really suitable for one question at a time, and recommendations are usually for places, things, or products. So let's just head back here to this main regular post. We then need to create a simple and informing heading that preferably has a cue, insight, or deliverable for the viewer. If it has a mixture of these, brilliant. Let's go for something like this. Opinions please. New pet business social media post. From here, we can make some formatting adjustments to make this post really stand out. So I can go for a heading and bold that, or I can go for a heading 2, which makes it capitalized. For this, we'll probably go with a heading 1. I can probably even add an emoji in there, something like a wave to invite people in. And from here, we can write the body of the post. Let's write it with simplicity and context in mind. Let's mention what the design is, where it will go, who it's for, what I've tried and did, and what I'm looking for from respondents. Let's give it a shot. So we can start with hello Design Circle to address the community at large. And then from there, we can also begin to do something like this. I've created this social media post for a new pet grooming business I've just launched. I'm trying to target owners of a variety of pets. I've used green to symbolize clean, but I'm not so sure was the right decision. I also feel like the text could stand out a little more. And I think I did a typo with symbolize. There we go, all fixed. So we've just established context with our opening sentence. From here, we can ask the questions. So, what do you think? Not yo, you. What do you think? What do you think of the colors and fonts I used? And overall, how is it looking in terms? Not looing. Oh, I'm so good at spelling today. In terms of alignment and visual hierarchy, is there anything you would change? And we can make these questions stand out by bolding them or even adding a heading to them. It's really whatever you prefer. I think for this, we'll just go for the bold, and we might even number these. And we can preface these questions just by saying something like, I would love your help. Cool. This is the majority of the text or the copy of our post. Lastly, but certainly not least, let's include visual aids. We'll do that by downloading our design and dragging it into our post. So we're just going to head back to our design, select page 1, and download. So our post has just downloaded. It's in our download tray. I'm going to go back to our draft post and drag that in. And there we go. To make your posts even more engaging, you can include more than one version or option of your design for viewers to choose their preference from, in turn giving your viewers a simpler way to respond in some way. You could also film and attach a talking presentation or screen recording to give a practical or more thorough overview of your design. After you've submitted your post and hopefully received your feedback, you can take the findings of your research and proposed improvements into account and make some improvements to your design, such as these. Our research showed us how to add shadows to our pet photos, and our post in the design circle gave us some much needed insights into positioning, hierarchy, fonts, and colors. We're now working with a much better design. And we're all finished. You should now have a sounder understanding around self-troubleshooting, creating feedback posts, and seeking design help online. Did you like this tutorial? If so, please let us know by dropping a like on this video. If you found any of the lessons here useful, we'd also love to hear it in the comments below. I'll catch you in the next tutorial. Ed out.